Everybody. So as it's Christmas, it's, I was thinking it's about ranking the Carry On films. Now, the Carry On films are not Christmas films, obviously, but they are always shown on TV during Christmas time and Easter times as well. So I thought, but yeah, there is a lot of Carry On films. There's 31 in total. So instead, we're going to do our top 10, and it's going to be a two-part video, like when we ranked the Chucky franchise.
Yeah, don't you remember that?
In part one, I'll do my top 10 in part one, and in part two, you can do your top 10. But you don't have a top 10 yet, do you? You're still thinking, but obviously we'll do mine because I have a top 10. So before I start, this top 10 list may upset some Carry On fans because there's certain ones that you would expect to see in my list that are not here. Carry On Cleo is not in my top 10, and Carry On Up the Khyber is not here either. I mean, I love those two films. I love every Carry On film except for Carry On England, Emmanuel, and Columbus.
Ah.
But yeah, these are just my personal favourites. So starting at the bottom, number 10, I'm going for Carry On Screaming. So this one's like a parody of like the Hammer horror films, which were very popular at the time, and yeah, I just love this one. It's just funny. I love Kenneth Williams plays the evil Dr. Watt, and you got Harry H. Corbett as the sergeant who the part was written. It was written for Sid James. I know Sid James was supposed to play the part. He wasn't available, so they got Harry H. Corbett to do it, and yeah, he did the job. He played the role really well. You know, I'm a huge Steptoe and Son fan, so I think, yeah, seeing him play a different role was really good. It would have been interesting to see how Sid James would have played the role if he'd been available, but no, Harry H. Corbett just, he nails it. So that's Carry On Screaming.
You sure did nail it, my friend. You sure did.
Number 9, I'm going with Carry On Girls. I like this one. I was kind of disappointed when I first watched this one. I first saw it 6 years ago, and when I first watched it, I was a bit disappointed because I was expecting it to be great, but
it wasn't like it was going the way how you wanted it.
No, I expected because it's missing Kenneth Williams. Yeah, Kenneth Williams is not in this one, and neither is Charles Hawtrey. Because I was expecting those two to be in the film, and they weren't. So Kenneth Williams wasn't available or something, and Charles Hawtrey had been sacked after the previous film, which was a shame. But Sid James is in this one though, and it's got Barbara Windsor in it, and this one definitely has grown on me. I definitely do like this one a lot more than I used to. And it's still funny. I mean, I do miss Kenneth Williams and Charles Hawtrey in this one, but the movie works okay without them, I think. And because I know Kenneth Connor, he's in this one, and the role that he plays, I think the part was originally going to be Kenneth Williams. But yeah, it would have been interesting to see how Kenneth Williams would have played that role. And I believe, the actor Jimmy Logan or something, he plays a cameo in the film, and his role was originally going to be played by Charles Hawtrey, but they sacked Charles Hawtrey at this point.
Did they?
Yeah, it's a shame. But Carry On Girls is number 9.
And in case you're wondering, guys,
yeah,
I don't have cases for these.
No, we keep them in. These are his. I've got mine at home. Yeah, he keeps them in this thing here.
And I'm hoping that I'll find some cases for them as homes.
Yeah, I've got the box set of these. These are ones that came free with like newspapers and magazines, and they had like slip cases, original like cardboard cases. They were actually mine, but I gave them to him when I bought the box set. So number 8, I'm going for Carry On Behind, 1975. Now, most people might be surprised that this one is on my list. I actually do like this one. I mean, it came out at the period when the Carry On films were starting to like lose popularity. But
still, it was funny though, because This is the one that me and you were watching earlier.
Yeah, we watched this one today, and yeah, I liked it when I first saw it. So it's a bit of nostalgia. It wasn't the first one I watched. It was one of the earlier ones
and
that I
it was
watched.
the first time I watched it.
Yeah, so I do like them. It's missing Sid James. Yeah, I was a bit disappointed that he's not in it, but other than that, I really like this one. It's like, it kind of reminded me of Carry On Camping, except yeah, it takes place on a caravan site, whereas Carry On Camping was tents instead of caravans. And yeah, Peter Butterworth, who also he was in Carry On Camping as well. The character that he plays in this is pretty much similar to his character in Carry On Camping. Yeah, and I really like Windsor Davis in this film. I like his role. His role was originally going to be played by Sid James. And yeah, I do think this was the last good Carry On film. I think the ones that came after this were pretty shite, to be honest. But yeah, this, in my opinion, this is where the series should have ended. This should have been the last one, because I really like this one a lot. It's very underrated. I mean, a lot of people don't really care for this one, but I love this one, actually. Let's carry on behind. And next I'm going for Carry On Matron. Now, I like the hospital Carry On films, and this was the last one to take place in the hospital. And yeah, this one's just fantastic. It's got almost everyone in it. It's got Sid James is here, Kenneth Williams. Pretty much every regular is in this one. And yeah, there's not really much I can say about these that hasn't been said, because I mean, who doesn't know the Carry On films now? I mean, they're just so popular. Even though,
really popular.
I mean, not a lot of people talk about them much these days, but I mean, who the hell doesn't know? So yeah, I love Carry On Matron. I do wish Charles Hawtrey's role had been a bit bigger, because yeah, he's in this one. He only has a smaller role, but yeah, in the few scenes that he's in, he's hilarious as always. And then next, I'm going for Carry On Again, Doctor. And this one's like technically it's like a sequel to Carry On Doctor, but it's not really, because it follows a different set of characters, same actors but different characters. But yeah, I like this one. It's another one of the ones that I've got a lot of nostalgia for. So most of the ones, all the ones I have in this list are like pretty nostalgic for me, like the ones that I have fond memories of watching. And this was one of them. This was on TV during the Easter of 2015, and I watched this on the TV.
And you thought it was pretty good?
Yeah, and this was the last one with Jim Dale, and until he eventually did return many years later in Carry On Columbus, which it wasn't a very good movie. Even though it was nice to see Jim Dale come back, but no, it wasn't that great. But yeah, this was his last. But yeah, this was his last one. And yeah, and surprisingly, Sid James, he doesn't actually have a lot of screen time in this one. Even though he is credited as the star of the film, he has top star billing, but he doesn't actually show up till halfway through. Cause he's not really the main character in this one. Jim Dale is actually really the main character in this one. The film mainly focuses on his character. But no, I do love this movie. It's just, they're all hilarious. I mean, these are all comedy classics. Next, I'm going for Carry On At Your Convenience. Again, it's just brilliant. I mean, Sid James is hilarious as always. Kenneth Williams is fantastic. I mean, even though they all play different characters in each movie, they're pretty much typecast. Like, they're just not, they're different characters, but very similar. But they always play the same type of character, and yeah. But yeah, I love this one. Like, this one was actually very, it wasn't well received when it came out in 1971. Yeah,
Wasn't it?
This was actually the first commercial failure, and I can't understand why this one failed when it came out, because I think this is a gem. This is a brilliant movie.
Gem?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I think people think they have much more positive opinions on it now than they did 50 years ago. Because this film is 50 years ago. It came out in... I think it's 50 years this month, actually, because it came out in December of 71. That's convenience. Next I'm going for Carry On Abroad. This is one of my... This used to be my number one at one point. It's not now, but at one point it was, but it's still brilliant. This was one of the... Not the first, but again, one of the first that I watched. I have many fond memories of this one. And yeah, it's kind of the end of an era. This was the last one with Charles Hawtrey before he got sacked.
Yeah, because of his alcoholic nonsense.
Yeah. Yeah, in real life, he was nothing like the characters that he played in the films. You know, I love this one. Like, almost everyone's in this one. All the regular Carry On gang are in this one, apart from Jim Dale, who'd already left at this point, but everybody else is here. And yeah, I like this one. I just love the hotel they stay in. It's called Ellsbells. No, Ellsbells is the island that they stay on, and it's a play on words of Hell's Bells. And yeah, it's just brilliant. And then the top three now. Number 3, I'm going for Carry On Loving. Now, Carry On Loving, this actually was the first Carry On film that I saw. It was during December of, like, the Christmas time of 2014. And it was showing on the TV. I wasn't actually at home at the time. I was in Hartlepool. I was staying in because I've got relatives that live over there, and I was staying in a hotel, the Travel Lodge, and I had a TV in my room, and then I put the TV on one morning, and Carry On Loving was on the TV. I didn't see the whole movie because obviously I had to go out shortly after that, but I saw some of it and I liked it. And ironically, on that day I went to I think it's Tesco. There was a Tesco there, and I looked through the DVD aisle, and they actually had the Carry On DVD box set there. I was tempted to buy it, but I didn't because it was nearly Christmas, so I didn't really want to spoil myself too much. But yeah, in January of 2015, I think I did buy the box set from my local Tesco. But yeah, the first time I watched this film all the way through was during the Easter of 2015. It was on the TV, so I finally got to watch the whole thing. And yeah, I like this one. Again, it's got my favourite guy, and it's Sid James. He is my favourite member of the Carry On team. And I love Kenneth Williams as well. I think it's those two that have always been my most favourite. But yeah, I mean, it's just brilliant, just fantastic. And then number 2, I don't have this one on me at the moment, because at the moment we're actually watching this one at the moment, and it's in the DVD player. So this one is Carry On Camping. And who doesn't know Carry On Camping? It's probably one of the best known Carry On films. I mean, who hasn't? Even if you've never seen it, you've obviously at least heard of it. I mean, it's just a classic. And yeah, I love this one a lot. Yeah, it's got the famous bra scene. Barbara Windsor's bra pings off. And yeah, today I've just remembered today, it's the 1 year since Barbara Windsor passed away.
Is it?
Yeah, she passed away a year ago today, so yeah, it's sad that she's gone. Yeah, I remember how sad I was last year when that happened, but yeah, she was 83, so she had a good life.
And of course you do know that she was a star in EastEnders.
Oh yeah, I don't watch that anymore. But yeah, Carry On Camping is number 2, and then number 1 is Carry On Doctor. Absolutely brilliant. This was the first Carry On film that I saw all the way through. The first one I did see was Carry On Loving, like I said, but I didn't see the whole thing. But yeah, when I bought the box set for the first time, this was the first one that I put on, and I just immediately loved it. I mean, it's got pretty much every regular member in it, apart from Kenneth Connor's not in this one, but everybody else is Sid James, Kenneth Williams, Charles Hawtrey, Jim Dale, Hattie Jakes. Everybody's in this one really, and one of my favourite parts of the film is Frankie Howerd. Yeah, Frankie Howerd guest stars in this film, and he pretty much is the star of this film, even though he's not one of the regular members of the Carry On team. He only appeared in 2 Carry On films. This was the first of the 2 that he appeared in, but he really is the star. He steals every scene that he's in. It's just wonderful. It's just, I love Frankie Howerd, and I do wish that he'd been in more Carry On films. Like, I wish that he would have been one of the regulars. I think he fit in so well with all the other guys. I love this film. It's hilarious. You can't go wrong with any of these ones that I've picked. So that's my top 10 Carry On films, and then eventually we will try and do a part 2, because you still need to think of your top 10, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we might do that at Easter. We don't. It may be a while before we do part 2, but yeah, we'll probably.
Because we got other things to think about videoing.
Yeah, but during Easter time, because they do show the Carry On films during Easter time as well, so maybe that'll be a good time to or it could be any time really. But yeah, once you've thought of a top 10, we can do part 2 with.
Correct.
But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and
don't forget to like and subscribe.